Are you bringing any defense?
We'll see. I can't really speak about that. Worried about the guys that's on the roster right now.
Do you see your youth as an advantage here?
I mean, I don't know. I've always been young, so. Significant offensive firepower, stayed up a lot of late nights trying to prepare for. So it always helps when you have a franchise quarterback and offensive skill players on that side of the ball that can control the game for you.
That boy is good.
Christian, Todd Archer with ESPN. How ready are you for this?
I'm ready.
How about them Cowboys?
Angry Cowboys Fan. Born to battle. Hey, hey. Storm just means we never sell. America's team through thick and thin. Hey, hey. When the star shines bright, that's when we win. Angry Cowboys Fan.
What's going on, Cowboys Nation and Angry Cowboys fans around the world? Y'all know who it is. It's your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan. And Cowboys Nation, I made a video a couple days ago, and I was talking about our Dallas Cowboys defense moving forward, and I said, we're going to be just fine. We're going to be just fine when it comes to the defensive side of the ball. Hey, after hearing Christian Parker during his first press conference, guess what, Cowboys Nation? I stand 10 toes down in that assessment. Christian Parker is exactly who this Dallas Cowboys defense needs and this team needs moving forward, moving toward our quest to another championship. And I really wanted to just rewatch this press conference so I could extract the clips that I thought were super important to my own peace of mind, but ultimately you guys and the Dallas Cowboys. So we're going to get into the clips that I thought were extremely important, the ones that stuck out to me, and then you know what we're going to do. We're going to come back and unpack this raw and uncut. So, Angry Cowboys fans, let's go ahead and take a listen to Christian Parker in his inaugural press conference as the defensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys.
For Christian, obviously everyone wants to know what kind of defense do you want to bring to the Cowboys?
Well, the first thing is we're going to be multiple. I think that whenever you form a defensive structure, it's about the players that you have. So core principles, we'll be a 3-4 by nature, but 4-3 spacing will be appropriate, 4-2-5 in nickel, different front structures, coverages behind it. But I would say being multiple is probably the most important thing about it.
Man, being multiple. But this Dallas Cowboys defense is going to be going back to a 3-4 defense. I know he said 3-4 by nature, and every Cowboys fan is going to interpret that differently, but to hear him say it, knowing that we have Kenny Clark and Quentin Williams and Osa Odighizuwa, that's exciting, Cowboys Nation. It really has me looking forward to the start of training camp just to see how everything kind of fleshes out on the field, how they look when they line up. But let's go ahead and jump into the second clip from the interview from our new defensive coordinator, Christian Parker.
Your thoughts on what is in-house here and how you can improve the guys that are already here as opposed to waiting for what happens in the draft?
Yeah, the game is definitely won and lost up front. We have significant players in the front seven. And so I think that when you start with that defensive line room and what you're able to do in controlling the pocket, stopping the run, you control what an offense is able to do, and you're able to dictate to them on their terms. So you're not playing the whole playbook when you win first and second down. So I think it starts there. That's where the excitement starts. And there's several other pieces that have been proven playmakers. And we look forward to kind of bringing it all together in the next couple months.
Cowboys Nation, that was one of the most important things that I was wondering. How would he use the existing players that are currently on the Dallas Cowboys? I said it before, Cowboys Nation. He didn't get the defensive coordinator job with the Cowboys saying that what he would do with the pieces that he doesn't have on the team. He got the job by describing what he could do with who's on the team right now. I'm excited to see what he has in store for the defensive back room. I know that he's going to upgrade that room with just his presence alone. But let's go ahead and jump into the third clip so we can come back and unpack this raw and uncut.
And then are you more of a guy that falls under the line of thinking of building a scheme around the players or acquiring players to fit the scheme?
I think you build it around the players. Of course, you want to have your core principles and foundational beliefs, but as you kind of move forward in the process, what do your guys do well? How can you put good players in highlighted positions? How can you create one-on-ones for certain guys? How you can protect certain guys? If we can win on blitzes on a running back, then we're going to blitz a lot. If we got good man-to-man corners, we're going to play man. If we have guys that are better with zone vision, we're going to play more zone. So, you want to build a package that has diversity and scheme, and then you want to, tailor it to the players that you have. And, of course, there are schematic fits, but I think the really good players are the ones that you can't peg them in a certain scheme, and that's the only way they can play football. You want to have guys that no matter what scheme they're in, they can be significant contributors, and then you want to just highlight it around their strengths.
Real talk, Cowboys Nation. This is music to my ears. Highlighted around the players' strengths. I don't know about you, but that's what I've been asking for, Cowboys Nation. This is what I've been begging. This is what I begged Matt Eberflus to do last year. Just craft the scheme around your talent. And you know what? I ain't gonna jump out on a limb, but 2026 might be something a little bit different. So, y'all ready for this Raw and Uncut? Y'all ready? Let's get it.
Get ready for the Angry Cowboys fans, Raw and Uncut.
Keeping it real. They keep it real. That's real.
Cowboys Nation, I'ma keep it a buck with y'all. We gonna be all right. This Dallas Cowboys defense is going to be just fine as far as the coaching staff is concerned. I didn't even smile like this after the Brian Schottenheimer introductory press conference. Christian Parker got me buying in with just this interview alone. But first and foremost, let me say this, Cowboys Nation. It showed me, the media, and probably all of Cowboys Nation that there are only two chairs present for this interview. It was Brian Schottenheimer and Christian Parker. Not Jerry Jones and Christian Parker, not Stephen Jones and Christian Parker, Brian Schottenheimer and Christian Parker. That's the first thing that stood out to me during this interview, Cowboys Nation. Jerry and Stephen Jones not only trusted Brian Schottenheimer to lead the defensive coordinator search, they also gave him the runway to head this interview with his defensive coordinator. I don't know, Cowboys Nation, that shows me a lot. That speaks volumes of Brian Schottenheimer, but it speaks even more about the leniency that Jerry and Stephen Jones is giving Brian Schottenheimer. As we've witnessed in the past, Jerry and Stephen Jones, they have to be a part of those type of interviews. It becomes more of a Jerry Jones interview instead of doing what everybody else wanted to tune into, and that's the interview for the new coaching hire. But this interview, it was different, Cowboys Nation. This one interview put a lot into perspective when it comes to how the Dallas Cowboys defense will operate on a schematic level. You heard in the first clip, Cowboys Nation, Christian Parker wants to be multiple. That descriptive word that Brian Schottenheimer grabbed onto and took off running with. Another thing that he spoke about was the core principles in being a 3-4 style defense while having the ability to be fluid and move into a 4-3 spacing or a 4-2-5 with a nickel. That sentence alone tells Cowboys Nation what to expect for the defense and its personnel come 2026. He also spoke about crafting a scheme that plays to the strength of the players on the team. Not in free agency, not in the draft, on the current team. We've all talked about Matt Eberflus not developing his scheme to fit the players on the team. Christian Parker has a different approach. The approach that has been successful for a number of defensive coordinators that's been coming and going from the Dallas Cowboys. Our defense became more successful once respected defensive coordinators tailored their scheme around the players, i.e. Dan Quinn and Mike Zimmer toward the end of Mike Zimmer's 2024 season. And another word that he used throughout this interview was fundamentals. One thing that has gotten lost in the NFL, Cowboys Nation, and I know it sounds crazy, but I felt that true fundamentals, it gets lost when the players expected to just go out there and play without having the proper development, without the proper teaching from the position coaches and sometimes the head coach. There was one question that I had while I was talking to some Cowboys fans over in the X space. Shout out to your guy, Nix. But it was the question on how Christian Parker planned on using the existing talent on the team like Siobhan Revel Jr. or Kalen Carsons or Deron Bland. He has an exciting look for the defensive backs on this team, and this is one of the reasons why I said that the defensive backs wouldn't be in dire straits, as some Cowboys fans have already put them in. All it's going to take is a true coach to get in there and just unveil more talent that these players didn't know existed. Remember, coaches can be force multipliers too. But one thing that really stuck out to me during this whole press conference was Christian Parker's demeanor while taking the questions from the media. Brother was out there cool, calm, collected. He didn't seem overwhelmed. He didn't seem taken aback by any of the questions that the media had for him. He just kept it short, sweet, and to the point. He didn't answer any questions that he felt was inappropriate to answer. Christian Parker, honestly, if you want my take on it, and I ain't jumping out the window, but he looked like a head coach up there, Cowboys Nation. He looked determined. He looked hungry. He looked hungry for the opportunity, and we ain't really used to seeing that in Cowboys Nation until Brian Schottenheimer. But this man, Christian Parker, his demeanor, it just screams head coach. His approach screams knowledgeable, willing to teach. The look on his face, it means business, Cowboys Nation. The more I heard him speak, the more I bought into what the Dallas Cowboys are cooking up for the 2026 season. And I know there's a lot of fans out there saying that things feel different. Shoot, I was even one of those fans that thought that things feel different, and I got to stand 10 toes down on that assessment as well. Things do seem different, Cowboys Nation. I haven't seen the Jones boys move like this in decades. I haven't seen Jerry Jones take accountability for the team's underachievement until this offseason. And the way he allowed Brian Schottenheimer to take the press conference and just go with him and his defensive coordinator, that surprised the hell out of me, Cowboys Nation. But if this is genuine and we start seeing aggression coming from the front office, this entire organization might have me bought into what they're doing this offseason, Cowboys Nation. If we were to go to the combine and come back with either Javonte Williams or Jadeveon Clowney or George Pickens extended, I'm sold. I'll keep it a buck. I'm sold on what they're doing. But the press conference itself, it gave me a second win, Cowboys Nation. I ain't gonna front. The drama's been getting a little pessimistic around Cowboys Nation as of late. But to be able to hear from the defensive coordinator for the first time, to be able to pick his brain on how he plans on sculpting this defense this year, it really gave me clarity, Cowboys Nation. It gave me a hope that the rest of the journey won't be filled with these little distractions. That this organization seems to be taking things more seriously now. From the top to the bottom, everyone seems to be taking winning as an entire organizational priority instead of just a team priority. As a fan, this is what I've been asking for. But this coaching staff is going to be different for this year, Cowboys Nation. In 2025, the Dallas Cowboys seen one of its worst defensive showings in NFL history. Do I believe that Christian Parker and company can just come in here and make the defense do a complete 180? No, Cowboys Nation. But I will tell you that this press conference today, it bought them more time with me to land their plane for the 2026 season. Does it just stop here and Jerry Jones gets to tell the coaches just to figure it out with who they have on the team? No. They have to continue to be diligent, Cowboys Nation. They have to continue to be decisive, continue to be aggressive, and continue to be discreet in their movements. And as far as the pick at defensive coordinator, Cowboys Nation, I am excited. I'm excited to see what this coaching staff has to offer, what happens with retaining players that we want on the team, what players that we add through free agency and during the draft, what base the defense will be in come training camp, how these young corners develop, and how Christian Parker will have an impact on their development. But this doesn't come with any type of expectations this year for the Dallas Cowboys, any expectations of success or anything. It's just me asking Jerry Jones to just continue to show us that you mean business this year. Continue to show Cowboys Nation that you're truly taking the steps to make a change to see this team be more successful. And I know that it seems like I'm glazing in this whole video, but I'll tell you, Cowboys Nation, I'm not glazing. The thing is, y'all may think I have my pitcher of Kool-Aid out and I'm ready to drink. Nah, not right now, Cowboys Nation. It's just the offseason. It hasn't even hit free agency yet. But what I am saying, I'm liking what I'm seeing coming out of Frisco. This has been your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan. Cowboys Nation, there were so many clips that I could have took from this whole press conference, but y'all know that I always settle with 3. Sometimes I hit you with 4, but most of the time it's 3. But what did y'all think about the new defensive coordinator for the Dallas Cowboys and Christian Parker? Did you like what you heard during the press conference? Y'all know how we do. We always talk about it in the comment section. If you're digging this content and you want to help the channel reach its current goal of 20,000 subscribers, drop a like on this video, share with anybody that you know is a Dallas Cowboys fan, and if you're on your mobile device and you haven't used it up yet, make sure you hype this video. Doing so will help get the content out to even more Dallas Cowboys fans. They'll come over to the Angry Cowboys Fan YouTube channel and want to become Angry Cowboys fans themselves. And if you are DC for life and today's press conference got you a little hopeful, hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell to be notified whenever I go live, release another video, podcast episode, or film breakdowns. You can catch the Madden 26 and College Football 26 gameplay on the other channel, the Angry Cowboys Fan Gaming Channel. I'll make sure I put the link to that as well as the gamer tag in the description. Come get that smoke. But like I said on X, Cowboys Nation, the Dallas Cowboys defense is in good hands. You know, some people can say what they want to say and say what you want to hear, but we can all see through that, Cowboys Nation. Just ask Mike McCarthy. But this man, Christian Parker, he looks and he sounds like he means business. Let's hope everybody in the organization can keep that same intensity moving forward. But this has been your man, the Angry Cowboys Fan, and I'm out. Dang, Angry Cowboys fan, you done made it through the entire video. But if you want more content, you can definitely go to this video right here. Or if you want the latest episode of the Angry Cowboys Fan podcast, you can go right here. But whatever you do, like, share, and subscribe to the channel, but remain DC for life.